G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is what's kept me busy for the last few weeks. I've actually ripped up my old 25-year-old retaining wall and put in this nice brand spanking new retaining wall. Still made out of treated pine. I've coated it with decking oil, but I've actually used these steel C-channel beams to support each treated pine sleeper. I would have much preferred to be out making my little motorhome videos and being on trips, but this is a job that had to be done. These steel beams make life easy because even when the timbers eventually rot, I can just slide them out and pop new ones in. I'm quite happy with the finish. I thought I'd do it myself to save myself a quid, and it's always a bit of a buzz building things yourself. Can I ask a favour and get you guys to click that like button, leave a comment, feel free to share. Stick around and I'll show you the process from start to finish. G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. Well, the day was finally here. It was time to pull apart my old retaining wall. My old retaining wall I think was about 25 years old. It was built out of treated pine sleepers, but unfortunately they'd all began to rot. Being rotten made them a bit easier to pull apart than usual. The horizontal pieces pretty much tore off the fence posts, and the fence posts just sort of broke away. Unfortunately, they broke away with some of it still in the footing, so that was a little job for later on. But as you can see here, a bit of a work with the crowbar and my hammer certainly got the old part of the retaining wall mostly removed. My little full-bore jackhammer made the job easy to remove and break up the footings, the concrete footings underneath. Certainly a lot easier than the crowbar that I'd be using for years before that. After that, I made sure I gave each new sleeper 2 coats of external paint. I used Dulux Weather Shield. I had a tin of woodland grey lying around the house, and this just gives the timber a little bit of extra protection before it sits into the ground. The hardest job of the retaining wall is actually digging out the old posts. With each post I tried to lever out, they broke at the base, so I had to use my jackhammer and my crowbar to eventually dig them out. As I said, probably the hardest part of building a retaining wall is removing the old one. As you can see here, I'm using stainless steel C-channels instead of the regular or the old treated pine posts. The beauty of these things is, well, there's 2 main advantages. Is one, that they don't rot on the ground, and 2, even if the sleepers rot themselves, you can just slide them out and put them back in. These C-channels that I purchased are 1500 millimetres high, which means 700 millimetres goes into the ground, that's what's recommended, and the remaining 800 millimetres stays above the ground, which suits my 4 high timbers, which are 200 millimetres each. When I place these posts in, I check with my spirit level to make sure that everything is level and square. I cut my first row of timbers and put them into position, make sure everything is level and square again before pouring the concrete in all 3 posts. Once that's done, I dig about 300 millimetres away from the ground behind the retaining wall, and that's the part that I'll be filling with gravel. Unlike the previous retaining wall before this, having the gravel in between the treated pine sleepers and the ground will prevent any moisture seeping forward, which can potentially rot out the treated pine sleepers, and it'll also allow for expansion and contraction of the ground without pushing the retaining wall forward. I continue the process again, getting more timbers, cutting them to size, making sure everything's square and level, placing the timbers into the slots, and then filling the gap up with gravel behind the wall. I continue the same process with all 4 rows of treated pine sleepers, filling it with gravel and just checking that it's all level and square at the end. After that, I give the front section a coat of paint with decking oil. Well, it's been a good win today. I've just done these 2 sections here. They're a bit tricky, but that's done. And I just wanted to show you all that it's level this way. It's level this way, and it's also level from this side. I then used some offcuts of the timber that I had lying around to build retaining walls either side of the stairs, as you can see here. I've still got to do a couple of angle cuts and put 1 more timber on top of that rail just to marry up the stairs into the existing retaining wall. Very happy with the job so far. It looks a lot better. I've gone from this old rotten timber retaining wall to this nice fresh-faced retaining wall. Very happy with it. Just backtracking a couple of weeks, this is the retaining wall that I built a couple of weeks ago. I would have been lost without my little jackhammer. This is so good to break up the concrete footings. As you can see, it's the same again. I've used the stainless steel C-channel. It comes in corner pieces. It also comes in double C-channel pieces and single C-channel pieces. I originally started out with 2.4 metre by 75 treated pine sleepers. Beforehand, giving them all a coat of exterior paint, 2 coats before putting them into the ground, but I changed my mind and made these double. I put extra posts in so that the intervals between posts were 1.2 metres. As you can see by the white marker on the right hand side, I buried these 700 into the ground and 800 above ground, and I used my steel bar as a string line. I popped my spirit level on top, double checking all the measurements as I went along. I always put 1 row of sleepers in just to make sure that everything fits snug, everything's square and level before pouring concrete into the holes. As you can see here, all 1.2 metre intervals, and they're all square, they're all level, ready for the concrete to be poured in. As well as coating the backs and sides of all these little sleepers with exterior paint, I also paint the front with decking oil. I've got Jarrah Aqua Deck here. I just think it looks a lot better than the bare timber, especially with all the green arsenic sort of stained still all through it. One thing I did on all the posts was to put a little line at an 800mm mark. That way now the bottom of the sleeper has to line up with that, because each sleeper is 200mm wide and it's 800mm right to the very top. So I know that if I pack it right, and I pack it up to this little mark here, the top of the last sleeper will be right in line with the top of this post. Yeah, getting there. And because I'm a fussy old fella, I actually painted all of these before I slid them in so that I could get them around into this bit here that's going to be covered up. I just like the natural look of the decking oil on these. Yeah. Slowly getting there, all going nicely. I've got the second row in, so now I'm just going to refill that gravel, well it's still fairly low, and start backing in behind it. Okay, that's 400mm done, and I've backfilled it with all the gravel, so I'm halfway there on these ones. And finish down that side. So I'm going to have to buy some more gravel though. I don't know where it all disappears to, but yeah, very happy with it. Well, there we go. Retaining wall finished. I've just got to chuck out those old, chop those old timbers up and take them to the tip. But the main wall's done. And I've also got to buy some more gravel, get some gravel delivered and fill in behind there. But for today, that's it. That's stage 1 complete. And I'm going to give the body a rest. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to start on stage 2. Not quite as big a job. Once the new retaining wall was completed, I had to chop up the old timbers from the old retaining wall and take them all to the tip. This cost me just over $100. Okay, total cost of this retaining wall was about $1,860. I used 16 treated pine sleepers, 200mm by 75mm by 2.5 metres, $30 each, totaling $480. Steel posts were $47 each for a single post, $90 for a double post. All up I spent $850 on posts, $11 for a bag of concrete. I spent $220 with 20 bags of concrete. Paint was $70 for a single 5-litre tin. Gravel bags were $12 each for a 10-kilo bag. I think I used about 25 bags, totaling $240. That gives me a grand total of $1,860. Very happy with it. I think I certainly saved a lot of money doing it myself. Thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Please feel free to share with others, and don't forget to click that subscribe button below. Thanks again for watching. Bye bye.